Всем привет, с вами снова Кокос, и мы продолжаем проходить игру Kingdom Come Deliverance. В прошлой части мы нашли зацепку, которая поможет нам в деле с фальшивыми монетчиками. Она нас привела на кулачные бои, где мы довольно-таки большое количество раз соревновались с ребятами и всех их победили. После чего они нам рассказали, как и где нужно, так сказать, себя повести, чтобы вступить в то самое братство, чтобы нас приняли туда. Придя туда, нам сказали, что они еще нас хотят проверить. Мы должны убить кого-то под прозвищем Святоша прямо в монастыре. То есть он сейчас скрывается именно там. Вот. И сейчас мы узнаем про одного из монахов, который пришел... О, они, кстати, от дождя, походу, все прячутся, да? Где-то здесь должен быть будущий монах. Точнее, ну, тот, кто хочет себя посвятить монашеству. Может, это ты? Забияка из корчмы? О, походу, мы не всех нашли. Да, давай.
That's right. Let's go.
Да, слабенький он оказался, конечно. Так, Карл. Стражник Манфред. Горожанин. Вот слушай, ты похож на будущего монаха.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Henry.
You wouldn't be Carl by any chance? No.
Карл. Ну, наверное, Карл будет с именем Карл? Ну-ка, стражник Манфред, это кто у нас такой?
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
Welcome, Henry.
А, он тоже не Карл. Так, ну вот, я вижу Карла. Так, а что ты хочешь?
What? Are you volunteering to get your head smashed in?
Блин, он походу
That's
сейчас
right.
с удара вывалится. Нет? Ты не хочешь больше драться? А я уж понадеялся. Ну-ка.
That's right.
Да ну тебя. Так. Просто постоять под водой вряд ли нам поможет умыться. Я вот хочу, чтобы у нас обаяние поднялось. Иначе оно просто... Сколько там? Единички? Блин, двойки. А. Вот это, наверное, да? Да. Как смог. 14. Сойдет. Если что, будем просто зубы разбивать. Так, а если мы тебе скажем, что не хотим драться?
What?
Calm down. I don't...
Then get lost.
На! Злишь ты меня. Так, Карл, привет. Ты Карл?
Jesus Christ be praised.
Are you Carl by any chance?
I am. Why do you ask?
I've heard that you're bound for the monastery.
Yes, it's true. But I've convinced my faithful guardian, Manfred, to give me a few more days of freedom. Mind you, he won't let me visit the brothel, so instead I'm devoting those days to the demon drink. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
My name is Henry.
Pleased to meet you, Henry.
Давайте.
What if I entered the monastery instead of you?
I would give you your weight in gold, if I had any. But Manfred there, my guardian angel and caretaker, has all the coin, and he never takes so much as a single step away from me. If you help me get rid of him...
He's been listening to us the entire time.
So what? Listen, friend, let's raise a glass. Manfred here's a sleepy old goat. We can talk once he dozes off. Please, get rid of him for me, any way you can.
Так. А с Карлом что, все? Разговор закончен?
There's something I'd like to talk. Could we speak in private? I have some issues with the monastery.
Really? Well, I'd love to talk about it, but we won't have privacy as long as Manfred here has his head permanently stuck up my arse. Get rid of him for me, please.
You're Manfred, the young lord's guardian?
Indeed I am. Why?
Там.
You must have a mighty thirst. Waiting here with him for days, just watching him get drunk, and not having a sip yourself.
There's no doubt I'd enjoy a drink. Heaven knows I deserve it. But if I dull my senses in the slightest, that rogue will surely get up to mischief.
So let's drink together. And if you start to feel unwell, I'll keep an eye on him. Like you said, you deserve some fun.
I can see you're a reliable lad. So what shall we have to drink? And while we're at it, why not have a little game?
Мы не выбираем, да, что пить? Найс. Давайте еще раз кинем. А вдруг? Ну ладно, пятерку забираем и хватит.
That's it.
Ну хорош. Еще чуть-чуть и до меня доберешься.
This'll be the one.
Сейчас продует.
What the hell's
Yeah,
with
we got
these
it.
damn dice?
А как нам повезет? Не повезет, да? А нет. Забираем, отступаем.
God holy hat.
Прям таки бомбический.
That's it.
Давай, жги, мужик.
That's it. Your turn.
Учись. В 2 раза больше. Чё, ты засыпать-то собираешься, не?
I've been looking for you two for quite some time. I've been sent by the young lord's father with a message intended only for him.
Has my lord changed his mind at the last minute? Who are you? I've never seen you before. You look trustworthy enough. I'll leave you two alone for a little while.
Hey! Watch it! Folks these days.
Manfred's taken care of, just as you wanted.
Thank God. He won't let me out of his sight for a second, and he's itching to get me in the monastery so he can head back home.
Why are you being sent to the monastery?
Like every lusty young lad, I'm fond of fair maidens, but I got too fond of one, and let's just say she was, indisposed for 9 months.
But they don't send you to the monastery for that.
They do, when it's the daughter of the lord of your fief.
Shit.
Shit is putting it mildly. The Lord of Bukovo was less than pleased. He knows he'll never marry off his daughter now, so he gave father a choice. Either pay him 1,000 groschen in compensation, along with my balls on a silver platter, or pay 1,000 groschen and put me away somewhere no one will ever see me again.
Why does your guardian never leave your side?
So I don't run away. Of course, I'm free to walk around, but he watches every step I take and won't stop until I'm behind the monastery walls.
Well, he's not watching you now.
What good is that to me when he has all the money, and even my saddle and riding cloak under lock and key?
Why don't you just run away?
Потому что плаща нет.
Bare arsed. What the hell would I do? I don't know how to work, I have no money, and that old bastard's even taken my cloak. He has me in the palm of his hand.
But there are poor people everywhere and they get by somehow.
If I have to choose between hunger and poverty on one hand and the monastic life on the other, I'm afraid the monastery wins. If I could only steal that old man's pouch, I'd be gone faster than lightning and no one would ever see me again.
What if I entered the monastery instead of you?
What? Voluntarily? You don't look like someone who'd want to spend the rest of his days on his knees praying. Well, that's your problem. You can only enter the monastery if you know how to read and write, and if you have a special writ from the abbot. That's a letter confirming they know who you are and that they've accepted you.
So you give me your writ. I'll just tell them I'm you.
Manfred has the writ. You'd have to take it from him, but he only puts it down when he sleeps.
So I'll steal it and then you can disappear.
Disappear? Bare arsed. What the hell would I do? I don't know how to work, I have no money, and that old bastard's even taken my cloak. He has me in the palm of his hand.
But there are poor people everywhere and they get by somehow.
If I have to choose between hunger and poverty on
Так,
one...
это я видел уже. Окей.
That's all then.
Я примерно понял всю суть, то есть надо просто-напросто своровать у Манфреда и кошелек, и плащ. Так, для начала, знаете, что мы сделаем? Мы сейчас съездим в Ротаи, потому что такое ощущение, что после того, как мы это сделаем, мы не сможем поговорить с Рациком Кобылой. Вот, но это неохота, так сказать, пропускать этот диалог. Вот. Потому что вдруг они потом начнут отчитывать, мол, типа, ты не пришел, не сказал, что и как у тебя получается, самовольничаешь, вот. Зачем мне это, да? Пропустите. Ну да не, ну серьезно.
Are you blind, for Christ's sake?
Ну вы, конечно,
There's
встали.
people walking.
Еще и орут на меня. Так, он там вот наверху. Хорошо, что не в башне. А, вот. Да. Кобылы. Кобыла.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
Sir, this investigation into the Neuhoff massacre, it's getting a bit complicated.
What have you found out?
I tracked down a gang of robbers who recruited killers for Pribyslavitz. They know the Horsons who torched Neuhoff.
That's excellent news. Did you find out any more?
So far, not much. If I'm going to infiltrate them, I have to do what they say. That means murdering one of their former cronies, a fellow they call Pius. Apparently he was at Neuhoff too.
You have to kill a criminal to prove yourself to them? Huh. I don't much like the sound of it.
That's not the worst of it. This Pius is hiding out in the monastery pretending to be a novice. I'd have to get inside the cloisters to get at him.
Good God above, that's another matter entirely. They don't let just anyone into the cloisters, and the abbot won't give up any of the novices. Secular law has no jurisdiction inside the monastery. But this is the second time that something untoward has happened there. First the counterfeiters.
И, конечно, этим будет кто-то я, да?
I'd be glad to have someone take a look inside.
It seems like the only way to find Pius is to join the order. Damned if I know how, though.
A bit of meditation and learning would do you good. If it's really the only way to get to him, then you'll have to do it. I'm sorry I can't be of much help. Sadly, my relations with the monastery aren't
Ну и чё я
entirely
тогда приперся к тебе?
You'll have to figure something out for yourself.
What should I do with Pius once I find him?
Don't kill him. Bring him to the bailiff in Ratte. He'll interrogate the man and give him a fair trial.
It doesn't sound like an easy task, sir. Getting into the cloisters, finding Pius, and then getting him to the bailiff.
Far from it, lad. But I have confidence in your abilities.
О-о-о-о-о-о-о. Ты серьезно? Ты там Сыпись можно один раз хлебнуть.
Are you serious?
Да, я серьезно. Так, поехали обратно. Сейчас мы там все оформим в лучшем виде. Сейчас как раз, может, к ночи подъедем. Нет? Когда Манфред спит. Почти, да? А, кстати, сейчас давайте по пути вот заедем. Там у нас зеленый вроде ярлычок должен быть. А нет, тут хоть... Или красный, да, вот красный. Ой, что такое? Что-то прицепилось к моей лошади. Так, вот здесь вниз. Блин, с той стороны. Нас попросили просто кабанину притащить. Я вот в лошадь ее сгрузил. Трррр. Мужик, а где ты? Это ты? Да, это он. Так, лошадь. Так, мне нужно 120.
hope I can be of help to you now.
I
Держи
have the
дичь.
meat you wanted.
Let's take a look at it then.
God save Henry.
It looks good. Here's something for your effort. I've got another order. There's demand for deer kidneys. Can you handle that?
Sure.
Оленьи почки. Окей, в следующий раз. Как увижу оленей, не буду мимо проезжать. Так, гараж.
Good health to you, Henry.
How are you, Henry?
Может, мы просто уболтать его можем? Нет, да?
What do you need?
I'd like to speak to you about something.
What's on your mind?
I hear you've got a writ signed by the abbot granting entry to the monastery.
Indeed I do. What of it?
I need it.
What good would it do you?
Henry's come to see
You don't
us.
want to become a monk instead of him, do you?
Yes, I do actually. But I'll need that writ to do it.
Now that's funny. I've never heard such nonsense in my life. The boy must enter the monastery, and there's no way around it.
Вот ты ж
If you want to become a
матяра.
monk as well, you'll have to earn your own place.
Давайте попробуем так.
What if I give you a few shiny groschen for that writ?
Could you give me enough to compensate for all those years of pay I'd lose?
But he doesn't want to be a monk.
I know. Unfortunately, there's no other way. You see, we gave the Lord of Bukova an unwanted grandchild. He can count himself lucky he wasn't castrated straight away.
But normally you just need to pay some form of compensation for that sort of offence, don't you?
Yes, 1,000 groschen. But a boy would keep chasing after women, and who knows how it would all end. The monastery really is the safest place for him.
What if you let him run away?
The Lord of Bukova would have me whipped. Karl isn't slipping through my fingers.
Попробуем.
Hand over that writ of acceptance right now, or things will get ugly.
Сейчас.
Pardon me?
Ого.
I wouldn't give you that writ even if you threatened to kill me. Honor and duty won't allow it.
Так, тут опять, походу, заходило это. Так, его ограбил. Блин, у меня все, везде было успех.
What's
И ты до сих пор мне не отдал его.
Thanks.
God
Hey,
be with
Henry's
you,
come to
Henry.
see us.
Hey!
Окей. Так. Значит, как мы делаем? А делаем мы вот так. Ложимся баиньки. Где-то вот после полуночи мы пойдем забирать то, что нам положено. Раз он не хочет и не подкупаться, и честь у него там. Что придется делать? Придется его обкрадывать спящим. Потому что там сейчас слишком много народу, чтобы просто за спиной у него обчистить. Надо это количество уменьшить. Вот так вот, оказывается, я хочу сильно попасть в монастырь. Так. Не понял, а что за красные точки? Мясник. Мясник что там, навернулся, что ли? Или что это такое? Так, ты говорил, у тебя денег нет. Ты мне врал. Так, теперь что надо сделать? Теперь надо поговорить с Карлом.
No! Clear off! Let me sleep.
Мы должны так, чтобы Карл-то убежал, а не так, чтобы они пришли в монастырь, правда, уже без грамоты. И начиналась эта канитель, что типа мы Карл, мы не Карл. Так не пойдет. Надо Карлу дать сбежать. Так, что, есть что поточить? Колбаски. Блин, что-то они какие-то не очень уже. Вот, схожу вниз.
I'll bring you right away.
God save you, Henry.
Так. Горожанин, 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 горожанин. Горожанин. Блин, да что, они ушли, что ли, уже? Не может быть. Скорее всего, он просто дрыхнет.
Why are you waiting?
Полдень уже. Вроде как они проснулись. Так, а здесь у нас кто с кем болтает?
Let him hang, I say.
Зак.
He deserves no better.
Окей. Эти опять дождя прячутся. А эти внутри сидят. Так. Карл.
I'm glad to see you. I've got what you need. Excellent. Give me the purse. You can do as you like with the writ.
Here you are.
Good luck, no matter what you plan on doing with those monks. Best be on your way now before Manfred finds out that he's been robbed.
And what are you going to do?
Get my things together and disappear. I want to be as far away as possible before that old man even knows I'm gone.
Greetings, good night.
There's still...
What's...
Thanks. I'll be
Ну
on.
и сиди.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
Это пьяница Забияка уже со мной это хорошо общается. Говорит, Индра, как там дела? Так, и где встречающий нас привратник? Эй-эй-эй-эй! Так, ты? Кто тебя так отколбасил? Ну,
Today, Henry.
ну и видок у тебя.
I'm Carl. I'm
Начинается.
supposed to enter as a novice.
We expected you sooner. Weren't you supposed to come here with your guardian? It's been so hectic lately, people will keep turning up out of the blue.
Я же... Так... Давайте попробуем узнать, кто стал послушником до меня.
He gave me the papers and left me at the gate. You must be used to that, though. I'm not the first novice here, am I?
But that wasn't very considerate of him, was it? It's been so hectic here lately, novices arriving one after the other. The last one didn't even have a letter, and you'd think his backside was on fire, the way he kept looking over his shoulder.
You took him without the letter? You didn't find that suspicious?
My guess is he wanted to hide from someone, but he's a priest and knows how things work in the monastery, so there was nothing to prevent him from being accepted, at least temporarily. You're a different case, though. Are you able to read?
Naturally.
Естественно.
I wouldn't be here otherwise.
So then, are you ready to enter the Order of Saint Benedict and renounce forever the temptations of this world?
Да.
I am.
Then you must rid yourself of all your worldly possessions. Sell them or give them to the poor and needy or donate them to the monastery. You may not enter this place burdened by worldly goods. Inside the gatehouse is a trunk in which you will find monk's robes. Put away all your possessions and dress yourself in the habit. Then you may rest a while I go and see the prior to arrange matters for your acceptance.
Лошадь. 175. Блин, я надеюсь, очень...
God be with you, Henry.
What the hell?
Так обязательно или не обязательно? А, вот сюда может, нет?
Strange feeling being without all of that. I didn't realise how much I'd grown used to it.
Everything's prepared. It's time for you to take your vows.
Do I really have to wear this?
You'd better get used to it. You'll be wearing it for the rest of your life.
Воу-воу-воу. Потише с такими словами-то.
brothers in Christ, we have gathered here today to welcome a new novice into our midst. Dear brother, forget your former life and embrace your new vocation in the community of the monks of St. Benedict. Opus Dei, obedientia, obprobria, the service of God, obedience, and endurance of all discomfort. These are the cornerstones and succor of our order, which on this day shall become your own. Suscipe me, Domine, secundum eloquium tuum, et vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Suscipe me, Domine, secundum in loquium tuum vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione me.
Нормально я пою, чё вы?
Accept your new name, Brother Gregor, and wear it with honor. Welcome, brother.
Welcome, brother. I am Antonius, a novice like you. I've been instructed to guide you around the monastery and tell you what you can expect and what your duties will be.
Thanks for helping me out during the ceremony. I had no idea what I was supposed to do.
You don't know Latin, do you? Don't worry. Work in the scriptorium will teach you fast enough. Why exactly are you here? Was it your choice? Or did someone force you to come?
I'm being punished. If it were up to me, I'd still be spending my days in taverns and my nights with whores.
I don't envy you. Unfortunately, you're here for the rest of your life.
Would you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a novice and I'm here because I'd make a poor merchant. I like books and I want an education. Although I must say, so far the monastic life's been quite unexpected.
Let's go then.
Good. But before we do, here's a letter directly from the prior telling you all your regular duties from tomorrow onwards. Make sure to read it this evening, so you know how things work. Right, we can go now. Follow me closely. I'll explain everything as we go. Remember one word: discipline. Serve the Lord now, not your own bodily needs.
Серьезно, все заблокировано. Серьезно. А вот это уже может плохо кончиться. Все лишь потому, что если будет квест на странице, который я здесь нахапал, и где-то 7 страниц нахапал здесь. Блин. Я думал, может в коняге что-нибудь останется, но нет.
This is the way to the dormitory, where we all sleep. You'll find a free bed there, which is now yours. Do you know the first thing the monastery taught me? To appreciate sleep. We rise before dawn every day. Takes a bit of getting used to. Praise be to our Lord Jesus.
Watch your step, brother.
This is the garden, a place for silent contemplation and meditation. Centuries ago, this monastery was founded by the most esteemed of brothers, Saint Procopius. His earthly remains rushed down in a cave under the monastery, and his spirit wanders the corridors at night, punishing any misbehaving novices. So beware. Here are the frattery and scriptorium, together with the library. These are the places where we work. Ora et labora. Pray and work. As a novice, you must always listen to your superior brethren, and above us monks are the prior and the cicatas, who punish every infraction. You'll know them by the canes they carry. Do what they say. This is the refectory, where we come together to eat. During meals, you must be silent. Only one brother reads aloud from the Rule of Saint Benedict.
The rule is the only law we recognize, with the exception of those from God himself. If you break any of its precepts, the library, the pride of our monastery, a trove of learning. We don't just read books here, we also copy them. You too will learn how. And that's all. Today you are still free from duty, but tomorrow you begin work like the others. If you need anything, ask any of the brothers. We'll be glad to help you. And I recommend you get to know the other novices. You already know me. Then there is Siskin, Yodok, and Lucas.
Thanks for showing me around. There's a lot to learn here.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
There's not much to tell. I lived in Vlachim, and after my father died, I found out I wasn't much of a merchant. So I left the shop to my brother, and decided to become a monk. It's peaceful here. There's food and lots of time to read.
So you chose to come here?
It may seem strange, but I'm one of the few novices that did. I might be the only one. The truth is, the idea of spending my life in a monastery was more appealing than being cooped up in a greasy old shop.
It occurred to me you might be the man to ask. I'm looking for some lockpicks. Do you know anyone in the monastery who could help me?
Lockpicks? You surprise me, brother. And you, a nobleman's son. But you could ask Brother Salarius. They say he used to be a thief.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Who's in charge of things around here?
Truthfully, everyone except us. But officially, Abbot Peter. And soon enough, someone else. As if it mattered. Our life will still be work and prayer.
I see. Are there any rifts between the brothers?
Yes. From the moment talk began about electing a new abbot, it's been like a hornet's nest here. Strange you haven't noticed.
Tell me something about electing the abbot.
Abbot Peter is old. When he dies, they'll have to select a new abbot from amongst the brethren. The candidates are John and Nevlas. And if you ask me for my opinion, Nevlas is definitely the right man. Unfortunately, no one cares about my opinion, because novices get no say.
То есть у меня нет шансов стать аббатом, да? Печалька. Так, а почему он не
Who's in
тухнет?
charge?
Truthfully,
Are there already candidates to be the new abbot?
brothers John and Nev...
This John, who is he?
A circator, and really just an unpleasant old man. It's mostly the older brothers on his side, because they believe he'll protect the status quo and all the benefits that come with long service here.
Tell me something about Nevlas.
Nevlas manages the monastery's property. He's what they call the provost. He'd like to bring back solemnity to the monastery through reform and by returning to pure faith. A lovely idea, but most of the monks are against it.
Why can't novices vote?
They say we don't have enough experience to decide about anything. Don't worry, we'll get our chance.
Why is who wins so important?
We're young and we'll spend the rest of our lives here. And the abbot decides everything about our lives. Didn't it ever occur to you how powerful he is?
Наверное, нет. Так, расскажи мне о здешней
Tell me
жизни.
something about life here.
Work, prayer, as if you didn't know. We serve God, and that's the central truth of our lives.
What are the roles of the various monks here?
Someone takes care of the library, someone else the garden. The abbot supervises everyone, and in his absence, the prior. But it's the circators you should worry about. They're the brothers who'll make sure we observe the rule. They can be quite strict, so if you want to avoid getting punished, always act righteously and do your duties honestly.
Так.
Who would you choose as the new abbot if you could?
Why should I even think about that when I don't have the right to vote? Gregor, don't go poking your nose into
Грегор,
other
то,
people's
что меня же
business.
зовут Грегор.
You'll sleep better at night.
Эй, чё, я... Всё?
Pay more attention, brother.
Папский раскол. Так, мне срочно нужны мои вещи, потому что там есть квестовые предметы, которые мне явно здесь понадобятся. Блин. Иди спать.
The forbidden books must be in that cabinet.
Inside? Forbidden books, written by the devil himself. Forget about them. Ah, Gregor, talk to me.
I'm Gregor, a novice.
I know. But I've no time for idle chat. I transcribe books from dawn till dusk. I've been doing it for years and I'll be doing it till the day I die.
What, you do nothing else?
It is my penance and my blessing. And now, brother, if you don't mind, I'd like to get this page finished.
Чё, и не поговорим?
Talk to me, brother.
I'd like to ask about...
Can't you see I'm working? Ask someone else.
Понятно. Спроси кого-нибудь еще. Ух ты ж ты, сколько тут этих книг-то. Амине. На каком этаже сейчас? По-моему, на первом. Не, на втором. Так, с завтрашнего дня начнется, я так понимаю, режим, да? Очень сложно. Брат библиотекарь. Монах. Монах. А где мне Калеб, Келоп искать его? Послушник Лукаш.
I'm Gregor, a novice. I saw you at the ceremony.
I know. It was hard not to notice you.
And you are?
Lucas, also a novice. Don't get upset, but I don't want to talk to you. I'm happiest alone.
I'd like to know something about the other novices.
I don't know much, but ask away.
Tell me about Antonius.
I'd like to, but there's nothing to tell. I've never spoken to him. I've never asked about him.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
There's nothing I can tell you.
I mean, where you're from, what sort of life you had before, that sort of thing.
I'm a novice, and my monastic name is Lucas. Nothing else matters.
Come on. Is there really nothing at all you can tell me?
I could, but I don't want to. I'm sorry. I want to stay focused on work and prayer, not on who I once was, and never will be again. What has been isn't important for us. We cast the past aside when we walked through the monastery gates and took our oath. Never forget that.
Ой.
If you could, who would you vote for to be the abbot?
But I can't vote, so what's the point of worry? Ask Antonius. He often talks about it, and I'm sure he has an opinion.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Well, that's all. Thank you for your time, brother.
Stibor.
I'm Gregor, and I'm new here.
I know. I saw you in the church during ceremony. I have the feeling we'll be meeting again soon, and often. You see, I'm the circator.
What does that mean?
I make sure everyone observes the rule, does their work, and that everything's the way it should be.
When it's not the way it should be?
Then we're authorized to mete out punishment. But certainly you won't require correction, will you, brother?
Есть
I'd like to ask you
отмычки.
something about the monastery. Who's in charge of things around here?
Abbot Peter is the administrator of the monastery, but you won't see him. He's always traveling, and on top of that, he's old and infirm. Perhaps the good Lord will bless him with many more years of life.
And what happens when the old abbot dies?
Then we elect a new one.
Are there any candidates to be the new abbot?
Yes, there are. Brothers John and Nevlas. Cursed elections. Since the brothers began talking about them, there's only been strife in the monastery. On one side are brothers who'd like to see John as abbot. On the other, those who support Nevlas.
Ну, это
And
я
they
уже
seem to be
слышал.
capable of...
Это я уже все слышал. История монастыря, устав ордена. Блин, тут это много все выйдет так-то. Где у нас брат Келлип? О, мы можем здесь бегать. Очень сложно.
What do they do in that kitchen? I bet they keep the tastiest morsels for themselves and give us the slop that's left over.
The food's definitely gone downhill. I remember back when we ate last.
The wine? Those were the days.
You'll see. Things will get better.
Блин, там еще светло. Так, это вот в ту сторону, да?
Slow down, brother.
Невлас.
Watch your step, brother.
Может, этот в саду?
Pay more attention, brother.
Монах. Монах. Библиотекарь. Монах. Антоний. Чижик.
My name's Gregor, a novice.
You can call me Siskin. Now, are you here of your own free will, or is this a punishment? Although it's not important. Welcome to purgatory.
Did you say purgatory?
You'll see soon enough. Soon enough.
I'd be interested to hear what you think about the other novices. What can you tell me about Lucas?
It's a tricky situation with Lucas. No one really knows anything about him. I've tried so many times to talk to him, but he always backs away like a virgin on a wedding night.
Tell me about Antonius.
Oh, if there was a monk I'd recommend as a friend, with, of course, the exception of myself, it would be Antonius. He has a calm soul, he's easy to talk to, and you can always rely on him.
Так, ну вот ты и Антоний как-то вне подозрений. Они,
That's all. Thanks.
точнее вы, для разбойника не катите. Просто не катите.
Slow down, brother. Why such
Pay more
haste?
attention.
Watch your step, brother.
Уэу. Легко.
Watch your step. Slow,
Подвинься.
brother.
Заперли. Ироды. Монах. Брат Килари.
What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
I'm looking for something a little unorthodox.
And what would that be exactly?
I'm looking for lockpicks.
Lock picks? And what would you like those for?
I'd like to practice opening locks, just for the fun of it.
Well, why not? So you heard I used to be a burglar, did you? I put it all behind me as soon as I took the vows. But I do have a few lockpicks left. I'll trade them for food. Get me a bite to eat, and you can have your lockpicks. Can't say fairer than that, can I?
Ты заплатишь 16,5. Слушай, а может ты мне дашь в долг их, нет? Серьезно, ну?
Can we do something about the price?
Well, we can...
Is this enough?
That's...
Понятно. Где мне еду надыбать? Открыто. Йодок. Лукаш. Блин, тут все под замком. Тут все под замком.
Abbot Peter's health is deteriorating. They say he won't make it to the autumn.
No, no. Peter has a
Не понял.
strong constitution. He'll still be on this earth
Эй!
for many years to come.
I wish all good health.
Куда это я ломлюсь? В колонну.
Pay more attention, brother.
Все тут под замком. Как можно добыть еды,
Slow
чтобы
down.
принять
Why such
на
haste?
отмычки, если...
Abbot Peter's health is deteriorating. They say he won't make it to the autumn.
Waiting pays off.
Why such haste?
Why such haste?
Если он еще и краденое не принимает, это, конечно, будет.
What troubles you?
Что?
I'd like to discuss the... Satisfied?
Don't insult me with that pulp...
Слушай, мужик, ты не обалдел? Мы же договорились на еду.
Talk to me, brother.
Brother, I've a favour to ask, and I think you're the man to help me with it. Or you used to be, before you came here.
I see. So it's the dodgy sort of favor, is it?
Well, yes. I need to get hold of the keys to the monastery.
That won't be easy, I can tell you that straight off. The prior always keeps the keys close by him. So how exactly do you imagine I could help?
Is there any other way to get out of here?
The door out of the monastery is like any other. Only the lock's more complicated than most. But I can sell you some lock picks. And with a little training, you'll make short work of it.
How could I get hold of them?
With great difficulty. Unless you want to rob the prior.
Slow down.
There's something else on my
Watch your
mind.
step, brother.
Brother, remember the vows you made. We're forbidden to leave the monastery. It's not for me to sit in judgment, but think hard about
Чувак,
what you're
я
doing.
ради квеста стараюсь. Пойми ты меня. Это сколько ему еды-то надо, блин, за одну отмычку? Просто неверно. Слушайте, а если я просто, например, сделаю как? Сейчас вечер уже, блин. Мне потом не отшлепают то, что я бегаю по этому. Ну что, тогда придется идти. Кстати, что у нас там в книжке было? Отличное место почитать. Открыть. Если я хочу тупо жрать. Ради одной отмычки, блин. Сколько я там сейчас на себя тащу? Стоп, что значит? Я спать иду? Я что, не туда иду? Нет. Блин. Стоп, у меня факела не появилось. Нет. Химический. Нет, ну вот я вижу дверь наверх. Фу, то есть лестница наверх. Нам не сюда, но сюда. Надо было спать идти, как все. Теперь буду бегать, всех шугаться. Что? Вот это? Это лестница, да? Киларь, ты где?
Praise be to Christ, brother.
Все, по 0-1. Шнапс.
let's talk about the price. Agree?
You're a right pinch purse.
Ладно, все, идем спать. Блин. Сесть. Ну, здорово. А он еще, может, храпеть будет сейчас? Ничего не вижу. Ну-ка. Если мы подойдем сюда. Супер. Супер. То есть я теперь узнать, во сколько мне вставать, я тоже не могу, да? Надо почитать.
What is it, brother?
Спи спокойно. Я спать тоже. Давай. Сейчас ты не можешь спать больше? Блин, столько со всеми разговаривать, соблюдать режим. Иди в костел на молитву и службу. Да что, я что, угадал со временем? Нет, не угадал, наверное. Просто она просто... Может, и спать больше не будет. О чем мне такое пожрать? 7, на молитву. А жрать будут давать? А когда? Так, на этом серия наша заканчивается. Продолжение, так сказать, моего пребывания в монашестве вы увидите в следующей серии. Надеюсь, вам понравилось видео. Всем спасибо, всем пока.